How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing, sweetie pies? I'm late. But I'm always on time, okay? I am your host, Miss Sweets Talk, and this is my channel. Come on in and hit the like button, the subscribe button, and don't forget to share with your family, your friends, your co-workers, whoever your associates. Go ahead and share the link in the group chat. Share the link, share the link, share the link, put it in the group chat, okay? Yes, God is good all the time. And don't forget to become a member to the Sweetie Pies. Go ahead and hit that membership button and become a Sweetie Pie member, whatever tier you would like. Pay your monthly subscription and you can get exclusive content. Yes, of different topics, current events, just different things that's going on in my daily life, the daily life of Miss Sweets. So go ahead and hit that membership, and don't forget to share the link, okay? We coming in here, we talking about some good old politics today, political science, all right? Talking about some current events, trending topics. We still on the topic of EBT SNAP benefits. The USDA had a meeting and they said, hell no, we not open up the contingency funds for y'all. Okay, the government is still shut down. It is continuously going on almost 30 days. One of the longest shutdowns that we've had in history. Okay, so are the Democrats or is it the Republicans? Who is playing in our face? Is it Donald Trump or is it everybody? Because why is the USDA saying that they're not going to give us the contingency funds to cover these EBT benefits? And why do they keep making up the date of November the 1st? Like, what's supposed to happen on November the 1st? Okay. Are we in the new world order? Have we stepped in as of October of 2025, which starts of every budget year, fiscal year, whatever it's called, I didn't know that it started in October. That's weird. But anyway, October starts the new year for the new budget for the United States of America. Over there at the White House, three branches of government, things of that nature. So we just gonna skedaddle and skip through and yippity yap about how it may be affecting the American people with housing, food, medical, and other things that are on the rise of this new world order. I did also go and Google Project 2025. However, I did not get the actual publication. I did get the summary of it and what has been going on for a long time with that publication. So, how you guys doing today? How you doing, Lily? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. I do have a poll up. If you would like to take the poll, answer a question. Asking, are you concerned about the government shutdown? Yes, no, a little does not affect me. Let me know over here on the poll. And then I do have a goal at 10 out of 10. We will be doing a live stream for Halloween. So get prepared for that. I'm going to go dig out my Wonder Woman costume, enjoy the day. I was over there on TikTok yesterday after I was doing my training and things of that nature, so that I can see and watch some of that verses that was going on. Because it was funny that, somebody posted up like people are, upset about the government shutdown and losing EBT benefits while black people on TikTok on the verses watching Cash Money and No Limit Records go at it. Like I kept saying, man, I've been saying it feel like it's 1999 again. Woo, we need to go back to see what happened in 1999 when they tried to pull that Y2K and everything else. Even though Y2K happened, that's why now, 25 years later, we are in the predicament that we are, as some of us Americans will be losing our food stamp benefits, or will we? Because some states are stepping up to the plate. They're going into their emergency funds and they're going to help out the American people due to the fact that it is fall, going into early winter months. And it is also the holidays. And a lot of us Americans celebrate the holidays, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Christmas, New Year's, okay? Back in 2028, going into the new year, President Donald Trump was the president then. He was over, the White House over there. And he had pulled the same type of shenanigans. However, at the last minute during the 12th hour, while the clock was ticking, They went on ahead and opened up the government, even though they had the contingency funds ready for us. You know, they didn't have to use them. Okay. So now they have them still. All right. And we're still here panicking. Don't panic. That's the whole point. This is a test. This is a test. This is a test. All right. Now, how y'all doing, sweetie pies? Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Okay. Hit the button. Hit the button. Hit the button. Just in case y'all want to see if it's really me. How you doing, Loudman01? How you doing, Cassie? I don't know why why my comments is looking like that. It's been doing that for the last couple of days. How you doing, Cassidy? Why do you think it's a test? Because it's always a test. It's a test about community. It's a test about what the American people really want to know, who you voted for, what's these politics, what is the new, requirements for everything. How you doing, Order War? How you doing? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. From Ohio State. How are you? Yes, yes, yes. The Midwest is popping. The Midwest is popping. I got my bra and stuff on, so y'all, that's why I don't be wanting people to see my face. It ain't that I'm scared for y'all to see my face or anything. Y'all know. But yes, y'all, how y'all doing on this wonderful Tuesday? All right? We is approaching the end of November. I can't believe we made it to October. It is October 2025, y'all. I was born in 1981, man. Listen, that's why it's a test. That's why it's a test, okay? Because back in the days, they used to give out government cheese and that peanut butter that had the water on the top, the oil that was rising. You had to stand in the welfare lines. That's why it's a test, because every so often, what is this? I say this is a new generation. Okay, generations start 20 to 25 years, every generation. Now, a lot of young people did not experience a lot of that. A lot of young mothers, fathers, a lot of taxpayers, they don't know anything about AFDC, right? Remember AFDC? Some of our parents and grandparents got AFDC, which was the welfare back then. When they was giving out money per child, they was giving out like $1,000 per child. Food stamps was paper. They came in the I can't even say it. In the envelopes, the brown envelopes. They was paper food stamps. Now we have cards. Everything has to evolve and everything has to transfer and transition into different energy. Okay. How you doing, Jeremiah? How you doing, Jeremiah? Yeah, I try to give everybody a shout out. Jeremiah, how you doing on this Tuesday? Yes, broke back. How you doing, broke back? Broke back. Nope, don't feel bad for nobody. I didn't ask you if you feel bad for nobody. Don't nobody feel bad for you either. So keep that same energy. That's not what we over here talking about, okay? So go ahead and hit that like button, broke back, all right? Let's see what's going on. Like I said, we just talking about trending topics, all right? Current events, things that may affect us, all right? Well, that's good for you that you are yelling and screaming because you got it in all caps. You got your words in all caps that you don't care, but you over here commenting and you over here screaming in all caps. So, I don't know. It sounds like you do care. It sounds like you care about too much. Yes, that's better. Thank you. Learn the etiquette of typing, all right? So, like I said, that's why we talking about humanity. We talking about human rights and humanity and how the government, whether they're Republicans or Democrats, are playing in our face. They playing in our face and they playing with our money. How you doing, Derek Jones? How you doing? They playing with our money and they playing in our face. So people do work. There has been stipulations for at least the last, before the, I say right around the pandemic time, where the stipulations of getting EBT and Medicare and all that type of stuff changed, where you have to have a job, you have to volunteer somewhere, and you have to have a child under a certain age for you not to have to work. You know what I'm saying? How you doing, CJ? How you doing today? How you doing? Welcome back. I am doing good. I am blessed and highly favored. Like I said at the beginning, when I first heard this news back around October the 10th about the government shutdown and EBT and and freezing of the benefits, because that's the thing. They keep saying there is no benefits. However, they keep using different language in regards to these taxpayer benefits, which we keep calling government assistance, but it's actually taxpayer benefits, where we, as the working class, the middle class, support class, whatever you are, have put in to the pots, put into this trust of emergency with our tax dollars from working, because I've been working since I was 14 years old. I'm 44, so that's 30 years of working. Only for when I need temporary assistance, when there's no jobs available in my area, when we have something like the pandemic that messed up a lot of employment out here, help corporation merge, acquisite, take over other businesses, schools was not in. It's like they want us to forget that the 4 years that just happened did not happen, and that a lot of people don't got it. Okay, we had all that PPP loan money, you had all that stimulus money, you had all those extra food stamps. We spent that, we used that, because inflation kicked in right after they gave us all that money, right? Inflation kicked in, gas prices went higher, rent skyrocketed, mortgages was tripled, trying to buy a house. Food prices went up at least almost double. You know what I'm saying? You used to be able to get a Coca-Cola, even though that's not food, but you used to be able to get a can of Coca-Cola for like, 50 cents, $1. Now it's damn near $3 just for a can of soda, right? So what I'm saying is, it's always been a test, and how we react to the actions of the government is how they're going to continue to play in our face. So if we sit up here and we get to stealing, we get to robbing, we get to panicking, we get to worrying, instead of working together, getting a plan of how to get these folks, these politicians, out the White House and out the aldermen. I'm talking about your aldermen, your council people. I'm talking about your governor, all these folks that don't want to help us. This is what the test is. So when the midterm elections come, when the primary elections come, we know to actually listen to the policies and procedures that they want to inflict on us American people. It don't matter if you're black, white, Asian, Latino, or you a foreigner, illegal immigrant, whatever the hell is going on over here in this so-called free land, where we supposed to utilize our votes, and they're stealing our tax dollars to do whatever the hell they want to do with it, making the rich richer and the poor poor. We need to really be seeing how this is a test. Okay? That's how it's a test. Because every generation, if you are dependent somehow, partially, fully, non-existent, because your tax dollars, if you working so hard and you don't receive food stamps, your tax dollars are going to these programs. So if they still are taking federal and state taxes and Medicare and Social Security out of your paychecks, where is the money going to, and who is it benefiting? That's what we're discussing, okay? So let me get back over here to my shout outs, all right? So how you doing, Casey? How you doing, Casey? How you doing, Hawk Smash? How you doing, Blue Water? Okay? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? So that's why when people say they don't care about what other people got going on and how they think this don't affect them, it actually does. Because just because you are maybe able to go get some food next month, you might want to watch your back. You might want to watch your back. Because it's a whole lot of people in your community that pretend like they don't get EBT and SNAP benefits, who gonna be desperate, hungry, and thirsty. And when humans in human nature get that way, they tend to become savages. They tend to become don't giving a goddamn about, just like you said, they not gonna care either. They don't care that you walking out with your groceries that you just paid cash, debit, or credit for out of that grocery store, that Walmart, that Target, the Publix. They not gonna care. They gonna come to you, bust you upside your head, kick your damn kid down on the ground, probably assault your wife, and take your groceries. You're gonna try to order your Walmart order. You're gonna try to do Amazon. You're gonna try to do Uber Eats and DoorDash, because hey, we don't give a damn about the people without money. And then you're gonna wonder, just like I did when my groceries started trying to get stolen and my DoorDash was stolen, or people just gonna take your shit. They not even gonna give a damn if they get fired from Walmart, Spark, or what, because they hungry. And their children are hungry, and they're crying, and they don't know what else to do. And they're going to start running up on people who don't give a damn, because you know what? Ain't nobody going to give a damn. That's why we have to give a damn, and we have to have empathy for each other as human beings. But I'm not trying to force you to have a heart. I'm not trying to force you to give a damn. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to discuss topics, current events, and things that are going on in America today that are affecting more than just you. Okay? Because it's a domino effect. So if federal workers are getting laid off and they can't get their paychecks, they didn't miss their first paycheck, they got to go to the food pantry. Therefore, if they have already been exhausting food pantry resources, and then here comes the regular smegular people, that the poor folks, the low poverty, under 200% of poverty level people who usually count on food share to get their, monthly groceries, subsidies. Okay? Now they can't go to the food pantry because there's no food at the food pantry. The food pantry was not set up to design to feed individuals and whole families for the whole month. It is also temporary assistance. Like towards the end of the month, when your food share or your money starts running out after you have paid bills, went to the grocery store, usually that last week lingering before you get your next check or your next food share balance, it's, the food start getting low if you actually eating it, if you're not hoarding it, if you're actually putting it in your body to utilize like you're supposed to do when you get your food stamps every month. That's why when you get food stamps, you cannot hoard them. You cannot stack them up. You have to spend them. If you don't spend them, let's say I don't need this much groceries. I'm going to save $50, $100 for the next month and the next month so that you can be prepared for things like this. They made sure they cut the food share card off. So if you do got $300-$400 saved up, you going to need to spend that by the 31st. Because like I said, I didn't know that the budget year for us starts in October. That's why now I understand why evictions rise is at the greatest increases during the winter months. I understand now why not only once but twice I have been living in a rental property and has been sold in the month of October, right? When I'm getting rent assistance. So it's just a lot of things to think about, all right? We got somebody named Victor in here. Is Victor in here? Victor, what are y'all not listening? I'm gonna get the blocking you and Brokeback Mountain, because y'all the type of trolls and people that don't understand how food share works. Like I said, this is not welfare anymore. Majority of the people that are not disabled and elderly go to work. Some of them have 2 jobs. I have a job. So what are you talking about? Most of the American people are really living on a slave plantation. And where's your job? Because you all on my goddamn live stream making plenty comments, and I want to know where you work at. Do you have a job? You work 9 to 5? Because you show so interested in other things. Because it seems like people like to rage bait you in these comments, in these videos, and don't like to read and want to tell you about the facts. The facts are, you at this day and age cannot receive food stamps if you do not have a job, if you do not work 80 hours a month, meaning you don't work part-time 20 hours per week. And now full-time is not 40 hours, it's 32 hours per week. So people like to come on here and try to shame somebody. I don't give a damn. I will tell you that I get government assistance. I used to get financial aid to go to college. I will get all the government assistance that I want because I've been working since I was 14 years old and stimulating this economy with my tax dollars being taken out of my check before I can even see my check. Before I even can spend my own money, the money for federal, state, Medicare, and Social Security, and whatever else has been taken out already. So I'm so tired of YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram allowing these trolls to try to bait and trigger people and keep talking about get a job. Majority of the able-bodied adults have to already have a job before Donald Trump even said something. And you can only get 3 months in 3 years if you don't have a job. So you only get 3 months of subsidies, food stamp subsidies, in a 3-year span, not every year, not every month, but in a 3-year span, if you don't have a job, if you're from the age of 18 to 55, that's how it was. Now, Donald Trump has upped the age to 65. So now people's grandmas, great grandmas, and people that have retired, if they need to supplement their income because they getting pensions and annuities and retirement that's barely covering their bills and their prescriptions and everything else they got to pay for as an elderly person, now they got to go back to work. Now the Milwaukee public schools, now the schools and other jobs are now going to mess up the workforce because it's not even enough jobs for us able-bodied adults that's under the age of 55. Some of them out here still looking for a job. People been looking for a job since the pandemic happened. They're laying people off of jobs. Federal workers cannot work. And you telling people to go get a job. It's really getting, that's the irritation. It ain't that they trying to take food stamps. It's like the ignorance of people or trolls or bots hopping in people comments, study using that 1985 ass slang, talking about get a job when the majority of the working Americans have a job and can't afford to fucking eat and pay their bills. That's the problem here. That is the problem. We are on a plantation. We never got off the plantation. The problem was, instead of just having black people, thank you, Casey, I appreciate you so much. Instead of just having black slaves, right, indigent servants, now all of y'all are slaves. White people, black people, Asian people, Mexican people. We all on the plantation now. And now that they know that they can go in there and take our tax dollars and do whatever the hell they want to do with it, and then look in our face and say, hey, thank you, King. You finna get, like I said, the next person to get in here and say something about going to work, having a job, getting blocked. I'm just gonna start blocking y'all. I'm not even gonna acknowledge y'all. You feel me? I'm not even gonna acknowledge the trolls and the bots. So that's why I say, is something really wrong with if y'all are real human beings? It's something, and that's what's going on in this world. We got people that seems to want to misunderstand what's really going on. How you doing, Sign Sanity? Thank you so much for the subscription. Yes, CJ. I'm just saying, yes. It's like people just, yeah, I know you ain't no bot. I just blocked they ass. Yes, CJ, yes. Like, no, I can tell the different bots and trolls because they will come in here and they will repeat the same thing that I'm saying that is irritating and triggering to folks. Like, why do y'all keep saying get a job? Then somebody just put in there, oh, work longer and harder. Yeah, that's what a plantation is. That's what slavery is. You're right. That's what y'all want us to do. And y'all believe in y'all minds that it was only going to be about black people for some reason. That's why I'm like, we really live in a mental institution, because how do you think that it's nothing but black people on welfare, EBT or whatever, when black people are the most prideful folks on this goddamn planet? They will go work 3-4 jobs. They will go get a hustle. They will drive Uber. They will be shamed. The black folks that I know be shamed to say they getting a food stamp card. That's why they be sitting up here trying to hop in my chat talking about some, oh, get her some food stamps. Them be black people. Ain't too many black folks I know running around here talking about I got an EBT. Except for Kevin McCall. But that's just so crazy to me that, like I said, the trolls and the bots, oh, you need to get a job. People have jobs. People are working to the death. They can't even enjoy their money because it's all going to rent, bills, utilities. And then if they don't get EBT or food stamps, SNAP, whatever you call it, they have to spend that on food. And food is not cheap. They don't even got 4 for $4 at Wendy's no more. You can't even get a $5 footlong sub at Subway. Inflation is high. And now that these companies see that we not spending our money like that, because we don't have no money, now prices are starting to come down. Now all the grocery stores saying, hey, we see that y'all might not be getting y'all food stuff, but for $40, you can feed it like what, 5 to 10 people, whatever. Walmart countered it. They was like, oh, wait, y'all talking about all these over here got a $40 holla meal? Hey, we do too. It's a shame that what y'all ain't paying attention to. The test, like I keep saying, is where's your alderman at? Where's your mayor? Where's your governor? Where are these people to stand up and say, hey, you're not going to do my residents like that? These are taxpaying citizens. We need to make sure that they eat. We need to make sure there's no rioting, there's no stealing, there's no theft, there's no deaths. The crime rate has been going down. We need to make sure that these people get the hell up out of office. Because it's a lot of governors that's trying to stand up and get their emergency funds and actually help their residents and help their people. If your governor ain't out here speaking on helping us, I'm not talking about, oh, they up here, yeah, open up the government. I'm talking about they're like, hey, we got emergency funds, whether we run out or not. But what we is going to put in this stipulation is all our residents of this state going to have to file their goddamn state taxes. Fuck the federal taxes, because you see what the federal is doing. So all our state residents, if we open up this emergency fund, y'all, when tax season is finna open in a month, it opens in December, we're going to need all of y'all state, I don't care if you owe taxes or what, we're going to need y'all to go down there and file y'all state taxes, okay? Because see, sometimes, most of the time, people don't file their state taxes. That's why the state is saying they don't really want to give up those emergency funds, because they don't know when or how they're going to rebuild it or replenish it and put that money back in there. Because we pay our federal taxes, because everybody running down there to get that federal refund, especially those that have children, single mothers, single fathers, whatever. Everybody's going down there to get that money for federal, but really people don't really be paying their state taxes, and that's why some states be messed up. So what I'm asking y'all to do is go down there and go ahead and make sure you filing your state taxes. It don't matter what you owe. Let them take it. Let them take that money so we can have that reserve, and that our state representatives don't feel pressure and don't feel like they can't go into them funds because they don't know, you know, what a snow emergency, a flood emergency, whatever other emergency might happen, that they might have to tap into those funds for their state. And they really don't think that feeding us is essential, because they really want all of us to go hop our ass and, like they're saying in these chats, to go get multiple jobs, figure it out. They didn't create a DoorDash, Uber Eats, Lyft, all this stuff, so we can have some type of income. Like you should be working. It don't matter if your rent and your mortgage is $1,200. You will spend less time in your home and more time outside on this plantation working for us. And we're going to keep wages low. We're going to keep your hourly wage, your salary low. We're going to keep all that shit low. Take your tax money at the same time. And then when you do need help as a working class, poor working class, we're going to tell you we can't fucking help you. So that's why I'm saying, well, you really need to look at what you need to be doing. All right, let me stop talking and let me get these people up out of here. All right, block party is starting. Block party is starting. 111. Juan Costello says, relax, they are still giving you EBT. I believe they are still going to give it. That's not the point we trying to make. So you can get up out of here. Who else needs to get up out of here? Who else want to go to the block party? How you doing, Fred? How you doing, Fred Chambers? It ain't that y'all got to agree with me or, you know, agree with everything I'm saying. However, you would not come over here and be disrespectful after I told you stop talking about people getting a job when you cannot receive food share unless you have a job, okay? Stop playing in my face. I'm not the fucking people. I'm not them. You will get your happy ass up out of my chat, go make you a new YouTube, and bring your happy ass back over here. So, how you doing, Darren? How you doing? How you doing, Darren? Yeah, they don't know God. They are lost. God will make a way. God already making a way. Cassie, yes, it's about everything. Yes, it is. It's not just about no goddamn food stamps. It's not about none of that. It's about the whole new world order and how they're ushering in what they need to do. That's why I say we got to really pay attention. Just like even when we talk about welfare, even when we talk about medical, even when you talking about jobs, why are they laying off federal workers, but yet the Congress still getting paid? That's how we running out of money. If ain't nobody getting paid, you shouldn't be getting paid. Taxes should not be getting taken out of checks, but it still is. Thank you so much, Cassie. Thank you so much. I might lose you. My phone about to die. Okay. But thank y'all so much. Like I said, it's not that I want y'all to agree with me, but like I said, don't come in my chat being disrespectful, saying, you know, oh, go get a job. Come on now. Come on now. We too old, we too mature to keep on saying that same old thing from 1985 when we know, and if you go read the Big Beautiful Bill, or if you go read the stipulations in a policies and procedures for your state or any EPT or SNAP benefits, it will tell you that, like I said, majority of the people on it are the working class. That means they're still paying taxes while they are getting the benefits. So we are helping each other. That's the whole point of paying taxes here in the United States of America. The taxes, whether it's local, state, federal, are supposed to go back into helping and benefiting all of us, not to benefit the rich and the billionaires and make them richer. No, y'all think that Walmart and all them is gonna lose out on money if food share don't come through? Yeah, they gonna lose out on certain things, maybe tax credits, but they have loss prevention. They got situations where they like, well, yeah, we had put all this food out because we know that the Thanksgiving is coming and the majority of these people are gonna be utilizing EBT SNAP benefits. However, if we don't sell it, shit, we gonna just put it in as a loss or do some type of recall on it, right? They got all type of loopholes and stuff to make sure that them as corporations are covered. This is a test to let us know to help each other and work together as a community. And stop looking at each other talking about, you need to get a job. And no, are you giving to the food pantry since you have so much? Since you're doing, do you have an overflow? Do you have extra canned goods? You got extra lunch meat? You got a couple of frozen pieces in there that you can donate to some of these food pantries? Or just give to your neighbors that you see that might not have it? Because it's not just affecting the black people and the able, but it's affecting the elderly and children. Cassie says, yep, I feel like they may up the grocery prices because they will, yeah. Because if that's percentage of their profit, their revenue for food share, because you know it ain't no taxes on food stuff. So if that is gone, right? If that part is gone, they gonna have to make it up some way. And these businesses know to work smarter, not harder, just like anybody else. So yeah, we already complaining about food prices, but the people paying cash money, what do y'all think, the price is gonna go down? No, because it's all about supply and demand. Econ 101, supply and demand. So if we don't have no demand for this supply, then we're gonna, whatever a demand we have, we gonna have to make sure that they buy this. And while y'all not caring, yeah, you're gonna be like, dang, wasn't a cup of soup, a can of soup, chicken noodle soup, just $1.25. Now it's gonna be $3.25, because they gotta make up for them $2 that they would have made from them people getting them food stamps. Because it's all a domino effect. Oh, they gonna cut off Section 8. Y'all ain't gonna be able to pay y'all rent. Okay, you're gonna have a whole lot of homeless people out here, especially women and children. And you think they just gonna what? What they gonna do? Usher us into concentration camps or something? No, we gonna be out in your neighborhoods. We gonna be outside, desperate, homeless, hungry. And that's when the savage kick in. That's when the human nature kick in. That's when we don't give a damn. Because if y'all don't give a damn, we don't give a fuck. In our little John voice, right? So this is a test about humanity, human rights, giving a damn about each other, making sure that we don't have to be out there attacking each other. Because is they finna go attack Donald Trump? Is they finna go attack your governor? They can't even get close to these people. Your alderman claimed to be in your district, but don't even live nowhere by your house. So who is the people that's gonna get affected? All you people that's jumping on these YouTube channels and social medias talking about, oh, they'll get a job. Oh, well, yeah, they finna cut it off. Oh, they gonna have no Section 8. They ain't gonna have no Medicare. So you're gonna have a whole lot of sick people out here coughing on you. They got the flu. They got pneumonia. They still got C-19 out here. Where did it go? But you okay with them not being able to go to the doctor, the emergency room, the urgent care, not being able to afford their copay. And now they in school with your kids coughing and doing everything else, passing out the measles and the mumps and the chicken pox because we can't go to the doctor. My elderly grandma can't get her cancer treatment. Do we really care? How you doing, Mike Bivens? How you doing, Mike Bivens? Yeah, they need to open up. It ain't the Democrats, it's the Republicans and the Democrats. And like I said, the USDA, which is over our food, could have said, yeah, we finna open up this contingency plan, because everybody want to blame one group. This is the politicians. That's why it's time to get all of them out of here. Somebody needs to agree to get somebody some food. And like I said, I want to know, why does it keep saying November the 1st. Like, oh, they're frozen, they delayed. No, the money is there. But they made sure that the beginning of the budget year that they went into a shutdown and then used us, the American people that might be out here starving, hungry, thirsty, and homeless as collateral damage. So they, meaning them politicians that sitting up on their high horse getting paid still, Congress still getting paid, but ain't nobody else. They not worried about the troops getting paid that protect our country. They not worried about the state government that protect they asses while they in the White House. What is it? The state representatives or whatever them motherfuckers, they been on vacation since September the 19th, chilling, doing them, while we sitting here going back and forth, arguing with each other. How you doing, Brian? How you doing? Thank you for the subscription. While we, as the regular smuggler people, is sitting down here arguing and fussing back with each other about, oh, this and no, we just need to help each other. I don't give a damn if it's a woman on welfare. She's been on there for 30 years and she got 8 kids. We need to help each other. I don't give a damn if it's somebody pretending like they can't work. I don't care. Let's help each other in any way, shape, or form. Because like I said, I didn't even know this pattern existed till it started really happening to me. But I've always had empathy for others, for other human beings. I've always tried to put myself in somebody else's shoes to see how it would feel, because life is messed up out here in this devil's playground, this world of worlds, this new world order. And we as black people, we try not to worry about it. That's why we was over there on TikTok watching the verses of Cash Money and No Limit, bringing us back to 1999 and the early 2000s. Because we don't have time to be sitting around worrying and crying about things that has been happening every 20 to 25 years, especially in our communities. Every generation is something new of the new world order to try to usher us back onto the plantation for real, where we out here either got to go back, like I was just trying to think of a cleaning business. Now I got to go back to being somebody's maid, right? Now you got women that's, oh, we should have got with the black men. We should have got community. We should have built families, right? It's also helping us, not just hindering us, because it's bringing us together not only as a community, but we can start rebuilding our families, making our neighborhoods black again, having community neighborhoods, having farmers markets, food pantries where we actually give, but we ain't up there hoarding and turning our nose up at everybody because we making a certain amount of money and we got a certain amount of education and we ain't never had to get no government assistance. Now you a federal worker making $75,000, $100,000 a year. You at the food pantry too. You looking to hoping that somebody give you food stamps too. And can't nobody ever tell me I don't give a damn if you a millionaire, because they the greediest people on the earth and the cheapest people. Okay? If somebody hand a millionaire a food stamp card, they not gonna take it and use it. Stop it. Stop acting like this is a badge of honor. Oh, I ain't never had to get food. You don't know what's gonna happen in your life. Please stop saying stuff like that. I know y'all hate it. It's a new trend over there on TikTok and other things. I'm like, oh, never say never. You should not. Because you really don't know what life has ahead of you. And I'm not out here trying to put no negativity on nobody, wishing bad on nobody, but you really don't know what tomorrow brings. You really don't. That's why we don't laugh, we learn. And we have to sit here and entertain ourselves during this depression and recession that they're trying to cover up as a government shutdown, when all it really is a theft of them stealing our tax dollars, stealing our money and running off on us, and we the plug. And now they want us to go back on this modern day plantation and work more. That's why people keep on putting in there. That's why I know it's trolls and bots, because they keep on saying go to work, go to work. Yeah, that's the whole plot in the plan. That's the whole plot in the plan. It's for us to get so frustrated that we have to really go out here on this plantation and work till we dead. Because they continuously, every generation, steal our goddamn money, give it to everybody else, and then sit in our face and say, oh, y'all can make it. And they know we gonna make it. Because at the end of the day, we claim that we don't love each other, we don't like each other, we don't trust nobody, but at the end of the day, we gonna help each other. And them people up in that White House, them politicians, whether they Democrats or Republicans, they know that. Because they've seen it and they witnessed it, because they old enough to have been here for at least, 3 generations, 65, 70, 80. So they have seen how this works. That's why a lot of them fight so hard to get in them offices, because that's the office where they can sit in there and get to ciphering off and misappropriating funds and embezzling funds. And we sitting here looking at people like Tiffany Hayward as the mayor, and y'all think it don't happen at a higher scale where they are over the whole entire United States of America budget, and then they sit their ass in a house where it's in Washington, the District of Columbia, which is separate from us, which they can make their own rules and laws and everything else because they on a whole separate goddamn independent, man. So if they want to take our money, they can, and then they tell us, no, we ain't got no money for y'all. Yes, the fuck you do, and you need to open up them motherfuckers funds. Or you won't be having no motherfucking money to steal because you won't be in nobody's office. Go to your midterms, go to your primary elections, and get these people out of here. Let's start over. They want a new world order. They want to twist and turn some shit. Get these people out of here. Especially folks that really can't be bought. Because Donald Trump can be bought and everybody else can too. That's why none of them are really, even the USDA that's over the food, who has the legal rights to open up the contingency fund and say, hey, if the government shutdown don't go through, if it doesn't end, we're still going to pay the American people. We're going to get them. They did it in 2018. What's the difference now? Because they want us to get on this plantation, go back to work. They went from the age of 55 to 65. So that's 10 years. They want us to get out here and pay what we weigh. And that's why I say, if we gonna pay anybody, pay your state taxes. Go get your taxes done for your states. So they will not hesitate to open up those emergency funds, and they will have enough to help us if y'all want to depend on the government when we need help. Because we didn't pay it into the federal. Everybody paying their federal taxes. And the ones that's not paying it, they depending on the CTC credit, the child tax credit, if they have enough children to cover that balance due for whatever they didn't made for the year and pay their fucking federal taxes off, right? Because that's non-refundable. So the government, that's why didn't Donald Trump just tell us to have more, let me stop calling this slaves, indentured servants? Then when he just got in, he was like, hey, I'm going to give y'all $5,000 tax credit. Not no money. He don't want to give us no food share to feed these damn children. But he want us to have more children for what? Now, why would we bring more children into this world where we barely surviving, we barely can make it, with just being a single person? Shit, I got one kid. He's 21. He's damn near not a child. He's a grown person now. So why would all of this, I mean, let's all just put this all together. Why would this president want us to have more children? Why? When we can barely take care of the ones that we got. But those are the programs that actually help you until you are able-bodied and able to go to public school, able to go to work, because they need more slaves for this plantation. A lot of our young men and women have been dying out here, especially here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. They've been getting unalived, man, every other day. Chasing our kids down in cars, chasing them, stealing cars, the Kia boys, all this extra stuff. We have a lot of young people under the age of 21 that are gone. So now we have to replace those individuals that were unalive, killed, murdered, whatever, died, natural causes, however they made a rest in paradise to those young adults. And then that's why they was trying to stop abortions. Y'all thought they really care about you and your body. That's why they really was trying to stop abortions. They don't give a damn if you kill your baby or not. But they need able-bodied slaves, indentured servants to work, pay into the tax fund so that they can live their lavish life and have their good vacation homes in Australia, Argentina, wherever they giving money to, that they can go over there, get their visas and go and live their life. When everything goes to shit show here in the United States of America, they got places to go. How many of y'all got y'all passports? Like I used to tell people, it's not about worried about who's coming into this country. It's about who can get the hell out. Because y'all don't understand how y'all really is Stockholm enslaved, kidnapped, and they want us not to even worry about going nowhere, seeing other cultures, seeing how other things work. They want us right here. Oh, you got to have an ID. You got to have a identification card. You got to have a, no, you need to be having a passport. That's what we should have been legally forced to have, is a passport. Because no matter what they do to us in this country, you can't even get the fuck out of here. Where you going? Where you going? But they try to make it seem like to us, they worried about who coming in here. No, they worried about us getting the hell out of here. They like, oh, well, no, you just need a driver's license, and you need a state ID, and you can get a real ID if you going to vote. No, go get your passport and get the hell up out of here. Go see how other countries live, how other ethnicities really live, and why they really come over to this country so that they can benefit off of us slaves, us working class, poor class working people, and send their money back to their country. And then when they ready to go retire and they ready to go back to Africa, China, Russia, Australia, the South America, they good. They families over there been building houses, mansions, and everything, while we over here still paying rent, paying mortgage, being modern day slaves, getting told what the fuck to do, when to do it, and how our money gonna be spent for the whole country. Yeah, we got some type of freedom. No, we have the freedom to roam and go. Like, man, listen, let me stop getting so deep on here. But anyway, y'all, are you concerned about the government shutdown? Out of 100%, 78 votes, 45% of y'all said yes, 32% said no, 6% said a little, and 17% of y'all said it does not affect me. Thank y'all so much for taking the poll. Thank y'all so much. We reached our goal, y'all. So we really gonna be doing, y'all really finna have me in my Wonder Woman costume, and we really finna do this live stream for Halloween, y'all. So let's do this. Let's turn up. Like I said, this is the test, y'all. So every new ward order, every 20 to 25 years, if you are old enough as me, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, back in the days, they had the same issues, right? It wasn't that they cut the welfare benefits, they decreased them. They increased the requirements to get them. Women started having less children, right? Now, the new game is federal tax money, getting that refund. So that's why a lot of women started having more children, because they started seeing at tax time, they was getting more money for the children, right? Because now they didn't put a cap on food share. They didn't put a cap on Medicare. They didn't put a cap on everything, but they Donald Trump trying to give you more money if you have more babies on your taxes, right? So this is the name of the game. So they try to keep the crime down, and they trying to get us back into the workplace, and they trying to get us so desperate and against each other that we gonna force each other to go to work. We gonna force each other back to the plantation, and they gonna get that tax money again. And then 25, 30 years from now, it's gonna do the same thing again. But yet a lot of us gonna be the elderly people, if we still alive. Our grandchildren gonna be the ones like, hey, what the hell is going on? Why the government shutting down and blah, blah, blah. Because nothing new is under the sun. And this guy, Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, is playing chess, not checkers. And like I keep saying, in a way, it's a good thing. It's not all bad. Because now we will go back to work. We will build our businesses. We will create passive income. We will start building communities again. We will bring back the family dynamic. The black people, the black women, and the black men will get back together and take care of these children in a healthy, productive, positive household. We will think of other ways to make money and to, you know, eventually grow our own food. It's going to happen. It has to happen. It's prophesized, right? So I say all that to say, don't let none of this scare y'all. Don't be worried. If they want to take it, they want to cut it, let them do it. Because they going to do it anyway. Because they trying to figure out ways in the White House, these politicians, is to how to keep as much money in their pockets. Like Nancy Pelosi got $12 million retiring. We all like, what? Excuse me? Okay, they had to go with a hammer time on her husband to get her up out of there. Mitch McConnell been glitching all day. He been glitching, falling. Get these people out of your state. Get them out your city. Get them out your county. If your governor Your aldermen ain't coming up, popping up, talking about we got shelters over here. You ain't getting no emails, no newsletters. They talking about they send you emails and text messages about every goddamn thing else. If they ain't telling you where to get some free turkeys at, if they not telling you what churches to do 211 during the election time, y'all know y'all get all them emails, them text messages. Y'all see all them damn commercials. You see all type of shit for us to vote these people into office to allegedly help us. So if your people, if your politicians in your state, your county, your city, and your district ain't out here trying to make sure that they people is good, if they say, hey, we not gonna open up the emergency funds for our state, however, y'all can go to this church, y'all can go over here. I done donated $100,000 to this. Our organization over here is handing out free turkeys. We done got gift cards for Walmart and Aldi's over here. Getting these motherfuckers up out of here. That's the whole point of my conversation today. Start voting. Stop complaining. Stop making videos. Take your ass down to them coming council meetings and start getting people the hell up out your city, your state, and everything else. Okay? That's what we got to do as a whole at the end of the day. Shut these people down and get them the hell up out of here. If they not for us, they against us. And now everybody's starting to feel it. So like I said, if you ain't getting no commercials and no emails, they want to tell us how they not finna give us food stamps. Okay, great. Where is the areas? Okay, you my alderman in this district, where can I go? Do you know where to go? Do you know why I gotta call 211? Send me an email about that. If you not finna pay my Section 8, let me know what's going on so I can be prepared. No, they don't want us to be prepared. They want us to be out here in chaos and confusion, hurting each other, harming each other. They want you black mothers with these children to go to jail, leave your kids for the state because they already state property. So you over here blabbing about, oh, I'm gonna go up in here and steal, and don't do none of that shit. Put your pride to the side and start asking people the same way you will get on here on YouTube and everywhere else and call your mama and them and need a babysitter to go out, go get your lace front done, all this extra shit. Call motherfuckers and ask them for $10. Go to the grocery store. Actually buy some food that's gonna last. Okay? Don't panic. Because like I said, I was one of them people when I first heard it, like, oh my God, they cutting food stamps, they cutting Section 8, they cutting this, oh my God. But it's like, what I'm supposed to do about it? Especially when most of the American people are still divided, but now y'all start seeing that it's affecting a lot of y'all. Like I said, them federal workers making $75,000, $100,000, probably more. But y'all telling us folks that barely even make $1,000 a month to go get a job, but yet these same people making all this money, I know they got 401ks, I know they got savings accounts, hopefully, that they can tap into and dig into, yet they are out here utilizing the funds that we can be using, the food banks and stuff. So when it's our turn, when they tell us on November the 1st, this weekend on Saturday, after trick-or-treating, is y'all taking y'all kids trick-or-treating? Because y'all might need that free candy. We might be eating on candy for the next month. Like pass out some ramen noodles. Shoot, I remember before y'all used to laugh and joke about, oh, we gonna be giving out ramen noodles, chicken or beef. Yeah, do that this trick or treat. Give out some canned goods. Hey, we got some Vienna sausages for y'all kids. We got some, which one you want? We got some TV dinners for you, some Swanson. So as we gonna continue business as usual, we gonna keep letting these folks play in our face and steal our money and then tell us if they ain't got shit. Like, this is the biggest pimpery I ever seen in my life. This is pimps up, hoes down in real life. Like, oh, well, we can give such and such $20 billion. But y'all, you American people that's been paying taxes and working and putting in, no, we're not. No, you're lazy. You're lazy. It's the Democrats. They're keeping the government closed, and y'all need to call y'all local Democratic, and you need to tell them, no, you need to open up that contingency fund. You need to give us our money that we already put in and stimulate this economy with, and you need to get the hell up out my face with that bullshit, okay? So don't panic, y'all. This is a test. If anything, it's time to build community, help each other, get some type of empathy in our hearts, because they said in the Bible, y'all want to quote the Bible, our hearts will grow cold. So please pray that these princes and principalities do something different, and the people around you, your neighbors, your co-workers, your family, your associates, your friends, that we stop having this cold heart and we start emphasizing empathy we start doing empathy and putting ourselves in other people's shoes and understanding that sometimes things happen. Yeah, oh yeah, people got comfortable on welfare and Section 8. Yeah, why y'all just not saying something now? Why y'all wait till Donald Trump starts saying stuff and speaking up and making laws to say something? Y'all been holding grudges. You been resentful towards folks. You mad because you couldn't get it. Like I said, I just got on it. I just literally at 44 years old, at 43 years old, I just got blessed with a Section 8 voucher, which I'm grateful for. Because only paying 30% of your income is what the whole American people need to be paying. But y'all be so proud to pay 80% of y'all income into mortgage and rent 30 years into a plan and then end up losing your house. No, we all need to come together with our real plan as Americans and stop letting these people play with us. But yeah, like I said, I glanced over Project 2025. I'm looking to look ghetto today, y'all. I don't care. I glanced over that. Thank y'all for taking the poll. I appreciate y'all. And I will get back to I got my damn coat still. I don't know what be going on with my damn green screen. All right, let's see. Let me turn this way. So yes, to reshape the federal government of the United States and consolidate executive power in the favor of right-wing policies. So I'm gonna be on here for a few more minutes, y'all. So yeah, my next live stream, we're gonna deep dive into a little bit of this Project 25. Shout out to Thunder. Shout out to Art of War. Shout out to all y'all. Shout out to Cassie, y'all. Thank y'all for coming through. Shout out to the chat. Thank y'all for taking the poll. I'm running over here into about an hour. I'll probably be getting up off of here in a minute. So yeah, I did do some little Google searches about Project 2025, also known as the 2025 Presidential Transition Project, as a political initiative published in April of 2023 by the Heritage Foundation, an American conservative think tank, to reshape the federal government of the United States and consolidate executive power in the favor of the right-wing policies. It constitutes a policy document that suggests specific changes to the federal government, a personnel database for recommending vetting loyal staff in the federal government. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So, basically the New World Order. So basically Trump and over 300 constituents, what I read, have been working on this Project 2025 for a little minute. They've been working on this longer than whatever this going on. And him and his people have basically been working on, like I said, over 300 constituents from what I've read. Have been working on, as y'all can see, I'm tired, y'all. I've been tired. I've been having stuff to do. Working on this. So basically what they're trying to do, the four main concepts or main aims of this Project 2025, the New World Order, is basically, as y'all can see up here, if y'all can read that, restoring the family as the centerpiece of the American life. That's what I was just saying, like, not just for the white folks, but for the black people too. We really need to restore family, because we need to restore family. Okay, everybody needs to take accountability. Black people, black men, black women, and we need to help each other, and we need to come together and start rebuilding healthy, positive, productive, and prosperous black families again. All right? Okay. But anyway, these are the four main outlines of this. All right? So then, dismantling the administrative states, right? So the state you in, right? defending the nation's sovereignty and borders. So keeping people up out of the country. So it's not about who's coming in the country. It's about who can't get up out of here, right? So everybody, please go get your passport. When we get up out of this little loophole and whatever y'all going through, it's only $100 and some dollars. And I've been working on mine, but I'm gonna be getting mine, okay? Cause everybody else, you know, when they want to leave this country and they got to get up out of here, we got to stay here and deal with it. But you got your driver's license though. You can just go to another state that's gonna still be in this United States, right? They put something on my crusty lips, y'all. So I did a little Googling searching. I didn't go and actually read it. I'll probably do that after I actually do the stuff that's gonna help me with my job. So if anybody knows something else that could help me, you know what I'm saying? But that's why I was saying, like, man, I was thinking about opening up a cleaning business, going back to, you know, the slavery days where, you know, that's the only time these white people really let you in their houses, when you're cleaning and you're babysitting, watching their damn kids. So, you know, and then I got some nice, good ideas from my supporters, like Art of War, where I can try to get contracts with Airbnbs and things like that. So now I got to go back to where America was great again and start doing my skills. Because, you know, you women be like, I'm not marrying no man to cook and clean. Like, well, since no man acts like they want to marry me to cook and clean, I'm going to go make some money and give me a you know, Marie's maids or something, Molly maids like they got, and go over there and help, you know, people clean up their house. All right, because I can do that very well. So anyway, I don't know about the cooking part. I don't like cooking for everybody, but I do like cleaning up. I do. I have an ACD. Anyway, so let's back to this. So defending the nation's sovereignty and the border. So they trying to make sure who coming in here, what's going on, and securing. This the part. When I read this part, I was just like, what in the. The fourth is securing God-given individual rights to live freely. So the federal government is a behemoth weaponized against American citizens and conservative values, with freedom and liberty under siege as never before. What exactly is going? What they saying, y'all? What they talking about? What? What? Securing God-given individual rights to live freely. Interesting. So that's why they taking everything away, y'all. They want y'all to live free. They said the federal government is a weapon that has been formed against us. They're going to take all this money. They're going to embezzle it, misappropriate it. They're going to give it out, and they want y'all to live free. Give me liberty or give me death. They saying that these folks is keeping y'all from being free, and they are at jeopardy of jeopardizing our liberty, our freedom. So when we gonna do the Boston Tea Party, y'all? Y'all ready for the Boston Tea Party? Y'all ready? Give me liberty or give me death. Who ready for the Boston Tea Party? We'll bring weed if y'all don't want to show up for the tea. We'll throw the weed over. Some of y'all might jump over with it. But who is ready? Is y'all ready to be free? Because that's what they telling us. That's what they new world order is over here with you know, making America great. They said the federal government has been keeping us all as slaves. I'm just paraphrasing this. And that we need to break free from that. Okay? So I don't know, y'all. What's y'all thoughts? I'm going to come back later on tonight, probably in the middle of the night, when I get done with some training that I got to do and some other things. And I'm going to ask y'all, we're going to talk about this a little further, because y'all know I've just been yapping and stuff, because people been talking about go get a job, and all this extra shit. So it kind of threw me off of what was going on. But anyway, so what y'all think about this right here, though? What y'all think? Is this the new world order right here? Or what? But yes, the USDA says no, they not opening up the contingency funds that are utilized for emergencies like we're going through now. Some American people are saying they don't give a damn if they take y'all food stamps, y'all Section 8, your Medicare. They don't care if it's the elderly. They don't care if it's your children. They want y'all all to go. If you are from the ages of 18 to 65, like Donald Trump said, and you are able-bodied, they need you to get your happy ass up and take your ass to work. It don't matter if you got to work 2, 3 jobs. If you only making $15 at one job and you only making $10 at another job, they don't give a hot damn. Go get your ass some Uber Eats. Go get a driver's license. Go drive for Amazon, Lyft, UPS. Like, they like, hey, do something. Go download Chat GPT. If you don't know what to do, Chat GPT will let you know. They'll print out a whole, they'll tell you about your life, what you need to do, how you need to do it. Use some technology instead of, using that AI to create bots and avatars. Go on over there to Chat GPT. Tell them, I need to know how to make money. I need to know what to do in my life. Why am I in the poor working class? How do I get out? And Chat GPT will let you know how to get the hell up out of there, right? So, go write a book. Go open up your website. These folks want us back on the modern day plantation, and they're not playing with us, okay? Because the freedom that they want is for them. They ain't talking about us. They tired of paying taxes like regular American people. They tired of, not having slaves back in the house, babysitting, and all this free labor they used to do, right? They tired. They needed to go back to how it was. And however they need to dismantle it, they're going to do it. So, again, if you don't think by Saturday, I don't know, like I said, what is the November the 1st? Like, why y'all keep saying, they going to be, the food stamps going to be delayed or they going to be frozen by November the 1st? Yeah, because Congress still getting paid with our money. But anyway, so do not panic. Do not panic. Do not worry. This is the time. If you think or you believe that food share will not come, I think it's going to come. Like everybody, just like they did with TikTok. Oh, we finna ban TikTok. And then Donald Trump, anyway, so don't panic. Whether we get it or not, don't panic. Don't go out there stealing. Don't go out there robbing. I know it's easier said than done. But yeah, this is all a setup. It's all a test. And I just pray that we pass it and that most of us don't fail it. Because like I said, it's going to get worse before it get better. However, it is going to get better. And we have to really know that it's going to get better. And God is over everything. Whether you believe in the Most High God, whether you believe in another power, whether you believe in a universe, whether you believe in nothing, an atheist, whatever, it's going to work out. Like I said, I'm 44. And I know it's times my mama probably was sitting there thinking how we going to eat. It's times where they changed over the welfare system. Before that, it was no welfare system. You know what I'm saying? Your great-grandparents ain't know nothing about no food stamps. They ain't know nothing about no welfare. They had to get out here and get it how they live. All right? And that's what we all got to do. And at the same time, we got to help each other get it how we live. And this is the time for us to show all that yipping and yapping everybody been doing on these social media platforms that is we really believe in community. Not the community we doing on this social media, not what we already think we got, but really like, hey, my people is hungry. These politicians ain't stepping up. Ain't nobody speaking on helping you, your aldermen, your congressmen, your state representative. They keep talking about, y'all need to ask them to open up. Shut up. Because if ain't none of y'all coming to y'all state and making press conferences and releases talking about, hey, I'm the Governor Evers of the state of Wisconsin, and I know that food share is frozen from the federal standpoint. However, we do have churches. We do need you to call 211. If you feel you would not be able to pay your rent, these are the resources that we have. Like I said, during the campaigns, all you saw was all these paid-ass advertisements. Everybody in your face. Kamala Harris, just give me $5. Even the words your local government. Everybody all up in your face. Vote for me. And such. And they ain't giving the emails. And they over here, they are criminal. Yeah, vote for me. But then they get their happy ass in these offices, in these positions, and now we don't hear shit about them until they got money in their hand and they passing out budgets and shit. Like, no. You need to get on here and say it's a state of emergency. If it ain't a state of emergency, you're not going to utilize the funds. You need to get up here and tell us what else we can do, how we can do it. Get your happy ass on Fox 6 News, Fox, CBS, CNN. We saw Diddy bust somebody all upside their head on CNN. So I need, for this fake ass news, I need y'all to come up with something else. So if these politicians in your city, your state, your federal government over there, your state representatives all in Congress and shit, if they not up here on these podiums and these news clippings telling you how you can get some help because food share is frozen, Medicare is for where you can go to a free clinic, where you can get some medicine for anything, a half price, where you can get a gift card, where you can go to a shelter, vouchers, nothing. Okay, they ain't putting in no money. Like, we just put some money at Aldi's. We just pay Aldi's such and such. All you got to do is go through there and get you a $40 holla meal. If you ain't seeing all of that, get them people up out of here by the next election. And if they not out of here, if y'all ain't in here voting, and y'all able-bodied people from 18 to 65 ain't taking y'all ass down there on election days, midterms, primaries, and getting these folks up out of here, stop complaining. Stop talking. Stop it. Stop it. Because now it's going to be our fault. We allowing these folks to sit in there. You won't even allow a person to sit in your goddamn house. You will divorce a motherfucker, no contact, hop on these social medias, talk about them like a dog. But when it comes to our livelihood, the cost of living, children eating, medicine, housing, now everybody want to point, oh, look, you need to get a job. Oh, look, you getting cut off. Oh, look at this. And y'all still don't seem to get the domino effect of all of that. Like, do you know how many people that's finna be? You know what? Okay. So keep on saying what y'all saying and keep doing what y'all doing. And like I said, we gonna get through it. And that's what we gotta show these people in government. You don't have to open up shit. You don't have to give us nothing. But what we know is when it's time for us to elect somebody else in your position, you won't be in there. So if you know a good candidate, they getting up out of college, they got some experience, they not the type to get bought off, lobbied, hands greased by these billionaires and millionaires, soon to be trillionaires. That's what we need to be working on. We need to be working on a new candidate to run against Donald Trump. That's what we as the American people need to be concerned about. How we finna get these people that's been in here for 20, 30, 40 years that don't seem to give a damn about us out the hell, out their jobs. Congress, House of Representatives, the Senate, all them three branches of government, the president, he already gonna get them out of here. Because I done seen a few states where their governor has stood up and said, hey, we finna go ahead and release these funds that we got for state emergency. Hey, we finna, if you need help, we got shelters over here. We got 211 over here. We got food pantries over here. I done seen a few of them. But I didn't see the ones that couldn't wait to tell us they weren't giving us shit, especially us here in Wisconsin. Our governor Evers couldn't wait to, oh no, we don't have it. We don't. What happened to that $30 million you're trying to give back when they just gave us all that federal funding? Anyway, where's Gwen Moore? Where is Ron Johnson? Well, at least Ron Johnson was fighting for the troops to get paid. At least he was over there trying to fight for somebody. He wasn't trying to fight for Wisconsin, but he was trying to fight for the troops to get their money, okay? And then somehow they got $130 million or $1 billion, whatever, sent to the Pentagon, private, which they ain't supposed to be doing. All this shit they not supposed to be doing. But it's like, with you running a company, you work somewhere, you will go tell on your employee, your co-worker, your manager, you do all this shit, you'll get people fired on the internet that you don't even fucking know. But these folks is over the biggest budget in the whole United States of America, over everybody's lives, and now everybody like, oh yeah, well, you know, I hope they cut your shit off. Oh, look at you now, you can't be on Section 8 for 20 years. Well, you know, you could have went down to the Common Council. Y'all could have been talked about this before y'all get to holding all these grudges and really saying how y'all really feel and really agreeing with these folks up here, but trying to act like y'all were down with y'all people and you really a conservative and you really a Republican underneath and you really don't want to see nobody getting shit for free. Like, it's a difference between a racist ass white supremacy who don't want to see black people get shit. It don't matter what the hell it is. They don't give a fuck if you buying your house. They don't care if you getting a job. They don't want you in that job. They don't want you in that house. They don't want you in this country because they feel like this their country. So I don't know what the fuck that is. White supremacy just, it's the most ignorant shit I ever. Anyway, but however, there are people that look like you and me that feel like everybody, you know, you only need to be on food stamps for a month. They don't care how long you've been working. They don't care about your situation. They ain't asked. They don't give a fuck. As soon as you start talking about you getting Section 8, any type of assistance from the government, they want you not to have it. Like, no, please stop. Go to work. That's why I say I don't understand how we always being put as the poster child or something welfare, food stamps, and all this. When I be around black people who get the food, look like they get food stamps, will act like they don't get shit. I don't food stamps. Oh, ah, ah. I would never. I work 8 jobs. I go sell my body. I go do whatever I gotta do to get before I go get some food stamps. Before I go down there to the welfare office. Oh hell no. So who exactly is getting it then? Hmm? So yes, shout out to everybody that's building community, that's helping out, getting to these food pantries, donating, volunteering, letting their neighbors know, letting the school know, letting whoever know that they got it. They can give cards, you know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. So that's what the test is. The test is to really see, just like when you sick and some people like, oh, I know who got my back if I'm in a jail or in a hospital. This is when you got to know which one of these politicians really got your back. Stop talking about some, oh, it's the Democrats. Oh, it's all of them. Everybody letting you starve. Ain't nobody stepping up. They got the money. The money is there, but they froze it. Then they got another fund. And then they was like, no, hell no. The USDA is like, no, we're not doing that. Then your state was like, yeah, we got emergency money to get these people to feed them. However, that's not our job. That's supposed to be the federal government job. They supposed to pay for these people to eat. They paid into the federal taxes. They didn't pay their state taxes. We ain't seen them file a tax return for the state since they was born. Yet you want us to come up out our emergency funds, not knowing what other emergencies we might have coming up. It's the winter time. We might have a big ass snowstorm up to your damn kneecaps. Now we got to order snow. Now we got to order salt. Get more city and county workers out here to clear the roads. Now we might have car accidents. Now we might have to go out here and rescue somebody. Like it's everything. So it's a whole domino effect of things. I can understand why the state is hesitant to pay, because the federal government got it and they playing. So it don't matter if it's a Democrat, Republican, or whatever. Like I said, just pay attention to what's going on in your state, your city, your county, and let's stop complaining and yapping on these social medias and start doing something. Shout out, like I always say, to Donovan Sadiq. Go check out his channel, DX Files. Check out him and Demetri K. They be bringing it, dropping gems. Donovan Sadiq was over there. He goes to his common council meetings. He shows, he tells. He don't have to show us nothing. However, I know from what he do and what he say that he shows up. I haven't been to a common council meeting in a few years, but yeah, it's time for me to start showing up. So that's why I say we need to really do our due diligence as residents, as citizens of this United States of America, and stop hopping on these devil's devices that they have created for us to tell them our complaints and expose them, but knowing that we not gonna do shit about it. Because we too comfortable, we too Americanized. They farms. They ain't finna get no damn farm. They not finna put no seeds in the ground. They too comfortable going to Pick and Save and Publix and Walmart and Target and picking up their food. Unity. They been talking about unity since Martin Luther King was marching. What the unity? We didn't put too many liquor stores. We didn't put too much crack, weed, pills, and everything in their community. They don't own shit down there. How they gonna unify? They barely even got schools in their neighborhoods. We make their life so inconvenient that they in so much trauma and stress in their mind. We make sure that we keep them on a hamster wheel in their mind. Like, oh my God, is I'm gonna eat next month? Oh, is they gonna pay my rent? Oh, am I gonna have a job? Oh my God, they don't have time to be worried about, kumbaya and black power. They got too much going on in their own daily life. Then we already divide and conquer them by man and woman, child, mother against a daughter, son against father. Like, we read the Bible. They think the Bible is fake. We read the Bible. We know the playbook. We know how to get them into submission. We know how to keep them in Stockholm Syndrome. We know that they're not going to rise above. We know that if we push up certain ones to certain levels, that they're not going to want to lose out on what they got. They're not going to sacrifice. What this girl say on TikTok the other day, she said, do you want to pay your bills or you want to be revolutionary? Do you want to pay your bills or do you want to be revolutionary? And that's why we will not have community. And that's why we do have somebody that stand up and try to be a leader of our community. Something happened to them, they out of there. Because the reality is, most of the people will throw you under the bus because they got to pay their bills. and they not finna do it for you. They not finna sacrifice not having shit for you. They not finna be homeless, hungry. They don't want their community shaming them and talking about them for you. So, is we gonna build community, or we gonna yap? We gonna let them do what they gonna do? We gonna give a fuck? No, we're not gonna care. And then we're gonna see if we, as these American people that's been on all of these social media platforms yapping about community, if we really actually gonna help each other. So the government has had hundreds of years to know. They didn't did so many psyops experiments. Like I said, every 20-25 years it's a new, you know what I'm saying, new system. We used to have AFDC, welfare, food stamps used to come in the paper. They used to come in that big ass envelope. The more kids you had, the thicker the envelope was, to the point that people was robbing the mailmans, stealing the food stamps. They was sending the checks out. They was robbing the mailmans every 1st through the 15th. You know, it was dangerous for the post office workers because they was getting busted upside their head because, you know, people was stealing them food stamps. And back then, food stamps was actually, you could get money off food stamps. They would give you cash back if you spent a certain amount off $1 or $5. You could get a little change back in cash. And then the AFDC checks, the welfare checks, like I said, they was like $600, $1,000 per child. So if you had like 3, 4, 5 kids, you out here balling. And they ended all of that. Now you only get $653 here in Wisconsin. They don't give a damn how many children you got. You want some welfare? If you can work and you can go to work, you get like $653. If you have some type of disability, you need help or something like that, they got another program where they give you like $600 or something. But you're not getting no thousand. You don't have enough to pay. You're gonna need to be on Section 8 if you get welfare here, because you're not gonna be able to pay your goddamn rent. No, it's not gonna happen. Okay, and then they gonna take you through so much trauma that you gonna try to hurry up and get off of welfare. Like, oh hell no. They're going to make you, oh, you got to do these work searches. You got to do this. You got to come in. It's like you already working a job. So you might as well go to McDonald's, Popeyes, clean into a warehouse. You might as well do anything rather than get $600 for 5 people to try to pay your rent and pay your bills with. It's not going to work. The modern day slavery has already been implemented. That's why I don't like when people like, go get a job. Like, what am I supposed to do with $653 a month and my rent is already $850? Then I still have to pay electric and gas. Then in certain places, when I was staying, you know, in a duplex, that's when, you know, you have a house upstairs, downstairs, or you live in a whole house. Now in Wisconsin, you have to pay a water bill, even though you don't own the property. You got to pay a portion of the water bill, half and half. You know what I'm saying? Then depending on your landlord, they don't, you know, ain't no landscaping. You got to get out there and cut your grass and shit. And then if the city of Milwaukee see that your grass is cut, they start acting like the HOA and start handing out tickets like your grass is too goddamn high. It's an eyesore. You're bringing the property value down. So now your rental agency or whatever will try to charge you if they got to come out there and cut your damn grass for you. So I don't know where this cheap living that y'all still think that we in 1985 and we're in 2025, and as the generations has gone on, they have made sure that less and less people are receiving assistance. And if you are receiving assistance, that you need to still be on this modern day plantation working. They like, yeah, we'll feed you, but you need to go to work. And if you ain't working, you need to do a combination of working, volunteering. You got to be on some type of unemployment. You got to really be disabled. Like, you really can't be walking. You can't talk. You can't do shit. Okay? You a vegetable. You in the hospital. And then you don't need no money because you're in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? You don't need no food stamps. You dead. What the fuck? You in coma. You're vegetable. Stop. With all that being said, y'all, I'm finna get my happy ass off of here. But yes, y'all, I'll be back. And y'all have a blessed day. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button. Don't forget to become a member to my channel, the Sweetie Pies. And again, okay, do not panic. Do not sweat. Everything's going to work out. Take it from somebody like me who've been going through cycles of trauma, cycles of harassment, illegal evictions, man, getting my food share taken from me, all type of stuff. And I'm still here, y'all. I'm still here. My head be hurting sometimes. You see, I'm kind of tired, you know, but I'm alive. I'm surviving, and I'm going to be all right. And in a minute, after all this BS, and it goes through the loop, because nothing new under the sun, I'll be back cool again. You know what I'm saying? So y'all have a blessed day. And I love all of y'all. I'll see y'all later. Peace.